Hey comic fans, your pal David here to give you guys your comic fix. Now it is the 4th of July and I want to wish everyone a happy 4th of July, and I want to tell everyone, be safe. If you're going to drink, don't drive. Because God knows we don't need more drunk drivers on the road. And also, it is Wednesday. It's the best day of the whole entire week. It is comic book day. Now if you did not know, what I usually do with my videos is I have 3 reviews per one video. Now with this, I'm going to start off with Batman Detective Comics issue number 11. This one we see that this is Tony Daniels' last job at the helm of this book. He's going to be going off and doing a secret project for DC Comics. Hopefully it's either a Shazam story or a Shazam book or a Superman Batman book, because that's what I'm really hoping for. In this one we get Mr. Toxic. We get the story of Mr. Toxic, and we get to see Batman trying to figure out what Mr. Toxic is doing. And when Batman's going through the whole detective element, we get to see a sci-fi come into this book. And when you're looking at the sci-fi elements, you get the sense that this is basically a golden age type of story. And that's where I thought this book dropped off severely. Is that when you get Batman looking into what Mr. Toxic is doing and getting into the sci-fi elements, it all did not grasp me as much as it could have. What we get is just a pure mess. And it was really too wordy, and it was just not interesting whatsoever. We do get a couple fight scenes, but the fight scenes don't really last. And you're just left with thinking, is this really it? Is this all that Tony Daniels got? The ending of the book has a cliffhanger that you think, wow, okay, so Tony Daniels is leaving the book, but he left the book on a cliffhanger, not so that anybody else can pick up the book and go off to a different direction, but the storyline just feels unfinished, and knowing that Tony Daniels is leaving the book just makes you think, why did he leave the book, or this story arc, so wide open if he's not going to be on it? Now, I'm going to have to give this book a 2 out of 5. I did not enjoy, as I've said, the whole sci-fi element. The art was good, but the story just did not grasp me as much as it could have. Next up is Batwing issue number 11. This time we see Batwing. He's in China, I think Japan or China, and he's facing off against a dragon called Long. Long in, I think, Chinese means dragon. And so you get this really cool story with Nightwing and Batwing working together, and it feels more like a Batman Inc. book than the Batman Inc. that Grant Morrison's doing right now. And I just love that whole element of these two guys working together, because they work together so perfectly in their banter back and forth, which is so great. And then we get another storyline of Matu. Matu is Batwing's sidekick or just mentor. And we get to see him going to his family's homeland to go and bury his family. And we get to see all the mystery going on with Matu and his homeland. His homeland is in Africa, and it's in a part of Africa that's being ruled by a warlord. So we got some really cool elements coming into this. We got some really cool action sequences with some really good storytelling and an ending that makes you think, what the hell is going to happen next? And I gotta say, out of the whole entire Batman family, Batwing has been one of the biggest surprises and one of the most consistent books out of the new 52. I'm going to have to give Batwing issue number 11 a 3.5 out of 5. I really enjoyed it, and I just cannot wait to see what Judd Winick does next. Next up is a book that I really disliked last month, and that was Action Comics, and this is Action Comics issue number 11. Now you can go see my previous videos and see how much I hate that book. Well, last night, before I picked up this book, I actually reread Action Comics issue number 10, and I disliked it a little bit less, but still there was those parts that I was just like, wow, this is not the Superman I knew. In this one we get to see Superman in his new secret identity as, I think it's Johnny Clark, and you can see him as a firefighter. And there's some really cool sequences of him in his new secret identity as a firefighter, and it was just a really fun part. The low point of this book was when you met the villain. I don't remember the villain's name, But Grant Morrison, when he was writing the villain and had the dialogue for the villain, it just was lacking. I mean, there was no... It felt like that Grant Morrison does not really know where to go with this character. And that's really disappointing, because the first half of the book, when you see him as his new secret identity and talking to Batman about how to contain his new secret identity and what to do, and then to see the villain part, which is really lacking. And I thought Grant Morrison could have done a lot better job. But in the end, this issue of Action Comics was a lot better than issue number 10. Now, with it being a $3.99 book, would I suggest that people pick this book up? No. There's no need to pick this one up. There's nothing really to grasp on for new readers or for anybody. This was just another type of book. I'm going to give Action Comics issue number 11 a 3 out of 5. Definitely a lot better than last month, but if you're a new reader or want to get into Action Comics, this is not the right time to do it, because Grant Morrison, it's not the Grant Morrison you see in Batman Inc. He's just, Well, my name's David, and if you like reviews like these, I got a bunch more on my page, and I got topics about DC Comics putting out 0 issues in September, and all that fun stuff. So you guys know what to do. Subscribe up top, like on the bottom, and you guys can follow me on Twitter at FalconXXL, description below. Well, thank you guys for watching, and next up, I'm going to be doing some reviews for my next video of Dial H, Earth 2, and Huntress and Power Girl, World's Finest. So, if those things entice you, subscribe, and just wait for that next video to come out. Well, my name's David, and thank you guys for watching.